Hey guys, this is Siri, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make that rotation machine I showed y'all in the last video. Here's a little prototype of it that I created just now, and it's pretty nice. I'm going to rebuild it right next to over there. And when you push the lever, it connects the clock to the pistons. It looks a bit different, but it's the same idea. Now, I'm going to start over here, and I'm going to do it without a border. So without a border, you'll need it at least 4 blocks and up to something like 16. Up to as many as a piston can push without a border. So I'm going to make it something like that. And we have our little borderless frame. And now, what I'm going to do is place pistons. So now the thing is, you need the blocks to rotate around. So I'm going to make it so that it rotates this way. The other one rotates this way. I'm going to make this one so that it rotates clockwise. So I'm going to have a piston there, and it's going to push blocks this way. I'm going to have a piston here so that it pushes blocks up. And when they get to the top, I need a piston here, or let me make that. Let me go. Yeah, I'm gonna need a piston here, and then they'll go this way. And I'll need a piston here to push them back down and start the cycle again. Now I'm just gonna give it some starter fuel or something, and just to show you what I'm gonna do. And here it is. Now what we need to do is break holes where the pistons are. So I'm going to break one there, and I think one there, and one there. And all we need to do now is wire them up, but that's kind of the hard part. So what we need to do is connect the vertical facing pistons, which is this one and this one. Let me take this out real quick. So we need to connect the vertical facing pistons together, and we need to connect the horizontal facing pistons together. So I'm going to be making something like that. So it's going to have the same kind of clock orientation and everything. So let's see. So this piston and this piston are vertical facing. So I'm going to bring that down over here, and I'm going to hook redstone to that. So now they are connected, and we have our output right there. Now I'm going to connect these two, which I'll do in a second after I finish the clock. So now, to get our little piston thingy that turns on and off the rotation machine, we are going to have a piston like that, and I'm going to go ahead and leave that on. And I'm going to wire that over here. I'm going to switch the lever to this side, just because then I can access it a bit easier, because I'm not going to be going away from that side, around from that side. Now, I'm going to put a redstone repeater facing outwards, and now I'm here, I'm going to make the clock. So what you need is 4 redstone repeaters just for the clock. And this is a simple clock, it's just a 2-sided clock. And you're going to make 2 face that way, and 2 more face that way. And you're going to set them all to the same amount of ticks. For this one, I suggest at least 2. I'm putting it to 4. So I guess that's a bit overkill, but it works. It works. So now I need to extend this all the way to this side. And a sticky piston here. Block there. Now let me wire this thing over here. So, and we have that. Now, I'm going to just wire this all the way around to the horizontal facing pistons. Now you can do this any way you want. You just have to have each side of the clock facing each orientation. So one side of the clock. See, in this case, I have the horizontal side of the clock facing this side. The horizontal pistons facing this side of the clock, or connected to this side of the clock. And I have the vertical pistons connected to this side of the clock. And the power is going to be going through the redstone, so. And we have it there. Now, all I need to do is start the clock. Well, that's not all we need to do. I'm going to put in these blocks right now. So, we need kind of like a lightning bolt kind of shape. I don't know what to call it. And now all I need to do is start up the clock. Well, for demonstration purposes, I'm going to leave the pistons up so that it's just the clock and not the pistons firing, starting the rotation machine. To start the clock, you need to connect a redstone torch to one side of the redstone in the clock. And you need to place and break the redstone torch really fast. You could use a one-tick button or whatever you call it for this purpose, but I'm going to leave the clock running in this case, so I'm going to do it like that. Just like that. And we have each side of the clock firing when it's done. Now, I'm going to put down the pistons, and we have this thing going. Now, on this one I have a border, so I'm going to just start this one. And it looks a bit nicer, so I'm going to put in a border on the other one just to show. I mean, you don't really need a border, as you can see, but I'm putting in one just because it looks a bit nicer. And you could use different blocks. You can get pretty creative with this. So, last block over there. And we have a rotation machine. And when you want to stop it, all you have to do is go around and pull that lever up again. And it'll stop all by itself. That's it. Be sure to leave a like. Speaking of leave a like, I'm going to use my magical teleporter over here. And we have a bit of an update to our little wall thing. In our last video, it was just Lee, but now we have a bigger picture. Please? I think that's please. Yeah, that's please. Please leave a something. Bedrock. And cobble. Guess what it is back there in the comments below. That's it.